Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. This is Lots of Pots. Today I'm going to be watering some of my 8 to 9 foot long pothos plants. I've already started with the process, but I am going to show you the plants that I will be watering and where they live so you can see exactly how I keep all of the vines as they are hanging from hooks on the side of my wall in my plant window. Okay, so I'm going to bring you right over. So these are the plants that I will be watering today. They are kind of smushy. They feel kind of soft. So maybe I should have watered them yesterday, but it's not an option for me to overwater these plants because they both have pretty deep root systems, but I don't ever want them to get so much water that they're sitting in water because they would rot really quickly. So they come all the way down. At last check, they were 8 feet long. The global green was 8 feet long, and the Hawaiian pothos was, I believe, 6.5 feet long. Something tells me the global green is probably about 9 feet by now, because when I put these tendrils up here, or these vines, they were not this long. And she definitely needs to be watered because she's really soft. Let me just see if I started getting any yellow leaves yet. No, but they're not perky and sitting up, so I know they definitely need to be watered. Okay, so this is our aim for today. And then I also have to take down my garland, my living garland, and I have to water her. But I do have to water them both separately so that we're not transferring anything that could possibly be there. So this jade pothos and this marble queen back here, as well as this golden pothos here and here, they all need to be watered. And then I have one more, which is a syndapsis that needs to be watered. So I guess we'll just get started. Halfway through the process of getting these things all set. I just put in the control for pest or any kind of spider mites or anything like that from what I'm seeing on the Facebook group that I'm a part of, it seems like the November, December time is a time where a lot of people experience a lot of house pests. And so because these are so big and there's no way I'm looking at each and every one of these leaves, I just make sure that I take care of them all the time. Although really I spray them every single time I water them. I spray them and I fertilize them, because if I don't fertilize them with each watering, I notice that I get a bunch of yellow leaves after I water them. And I think that's because they are just so long. And so for these plants in particular, I have to make sure that I care for them a little bit differently so that they can stay healthy. This one right here, I threw them with the batch and I started to spray it with this spray right here. And then I realized I didn't water it yet, so I stopped spraying it. But as for the rest of them, I will now just spray them with some water to get off anything extra that doesn't need to be there. There is a little bit of dishwashing liquid in here. So I am just going to get anything off that is extra. And then I am going to go through and let them flush through with some water that has a little bit of fertilizer. And the fertilizer in comparison to the amount of water in this bucket is like extremely small. They are still putting out a ton of growth, so I have to fertilize them. And again, if I don't, I will just get yellow leaves and it doesn't look as nice. So there you have it. So I'm just going to continue on. Sure you can hear it where all of this is running through, because they are all in extremely well draining soil, so I don't have to worry about overwatering them because their soil allows everything to just run right through. I normally end off the process by putting the mixture of the fertilizer in there so that there isn't a final run through where all the fertilizer gets flushed out. You see, it's still running. Anyway, this is the final step for me to take care of these plants. I'm going to let them just drip dry for a period so that they're not dripping all over the floor. And then I'm going to get the next batch of plants ready because I have quite a few. I have 3 more plants. No, that's not true. I have 6 more plants that need to go through this process, and not all of them are on hanging baskets. In general, with the exception of this one, I normally batch water my plants in groups where they live. These plants live near each other, so if anything is in this one, it's in this one already, so I can just batch water them and treat them at the same time. Oh, pretty. Okay, so I watered these right here in place in the garland. I really didn't feel like taking this down. But I watered all of these plants in place. I put the Syndapsis back over in its corner. I just gave these a really thorough cleaning, and so where I did inspect all of the leaves, so I feel that it's okay for me to skip 1 week where it is not coming down, because it's just a lot to take these down and then put them back up. Okay, either going to have to cut these, or I'm going to have to like make a trail of them perhaps around these windows. Yeah, I think I will end up putting the pot on one of these stairs and just having the trails go up around the window. And I think that would be the Hawaiian pothos that I would do that with, because I've come to find out that this global green grows really well when it is in the sun. This is a south-facing window, but it doesn't keep the variegation that it should have. And so that's the trade-off. So I think I will find a place that's a little bit more shaded for this one so that I can get some of the variegation. I do have a global pothos that has fabulous variegation, but it is in the most shaded part of my house where I didn't even think that it would survive, but I gave it a try just to test my theory, and I'll show you that plant. She is extremely thirsty, but look at the variegation. And just to let you know, she's growing no slower than she was before, because this was just a few sprigs of a plant inside of a pot, and now she is thriving. All of this is all new growth that's here. So I think I may end up putting my really long global green in here on this roof area and let her trail down right here. She will pretty much take up a really big spot, but I think I'm willing to let her do that. I think I'll put her right here. So excited just to see that this experiment went well with this global green, and I will be changing that around, and I will do a video to show you exactly how that works out. Thanks again for joining me today. I really appreciate you coming by. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.